I like the booty. You like the booty?
Oh.
What? Oh, turn the fan off.
I heard static, and I'm like, what's the static?
Booty song lyrics.
God forbid we do this and then have to do it again because we can't.
No, that's not.
No,
Tim
nobody
Wilson.
wants to do that.
Tim Wilson.
Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like.
Welcome to Drunk Bitches Be Like. I'm Brandi.
I'm Mindy.
And this is all about two women, a few beers, some tipsy stories, and some drunk ideas.
Welcome. Apparently,
Okay.
a long time ago, when Tim Wilson was still alive, somebody talked about the fact that they were on a cruise. Somebody on, you might have heard it, but somebody was on Bob and Tom and they talked about being on a cruise, like a Caribbean cruise. And for some reason, when they got there, somebody was playing Booty Man by Tim Wilson.
Interesting.
But where'd it go? Just so Brandi feels at home for right now. Look at that booty. Show me the booty. Give me the booty. I want the booty. Back up the booty. I need the booty. It's not copyright infringement if I'm singing it, right?
Yes, because it's your own take on things. And so that's completely fine.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. No, that's.
I don't know why I thought of that, but I miss Tim Wilson.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tim Wilson died of a heart attack in 2018.
Oh.
Tim Wilson death date.
Alrighty then.
We should just jump in with celebrity. No, 2014. Jesus Christ, that's so long ago.
That was so long ago.
So, back in the day, before I knew that podcasting existed.
Yeah.
And so I think I listened to The Nerdist, which became ID10T. It's Chris Hardwick's thing. And then he divested himself of The Nerdist when like the whole, there was like a scandal about an ex-girlfriend.
Violence thing or something.
She said that he was rude to her and like mean to her psychologically, but I'm not sure that it doesn't matter. You should believe
That's
victims.
yes, but also
So
he wasn't abusive, he was just rude.
So here's the thing.
Sorry, I didn't want to.
She said, no, this is going to, we have 10 people that listen to us at this point, so it doesn't matter. And I feel like they all have her same sense of humor if they're still here. Apparently she had a miscarriage and they were in the hospital together. And he made a poor joke. What I feel was a poor joke, which was, how long do we have to wait before we have sex again? And I feel like as somebody who dispels discomfort through
Humor?
inappropriate humor, I know it's inappropriate. I feel like that might have happened. However, it was her lived reality, and
Yeah, okay. I get that. All right.
I'm not going to take that away from her.
No, that's fair.
I don't remember her name was Chloe something. Anyway, so I knew that podcasting existed because of one, Chris Hardwick, ID10T, two, Jimmy Pardo, Never Not Funny. That was back when you could put like all podcasts behind a paywall and people would actually pay to listen to them. Not me.
Yeah, no.
And not any of you. You'll never have to pay for us.
That's true.
I mean, if you want to go to our TikTok and go to our link tree and like send us money for alcohol, that's fine. Buy us a drink.
Buy us a drink. That's a new thing.
Buy me a drink.
It's probably not a new thing. I'm just way behind.
No, your phone is very loud.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me turn that off.
Sounds like you got the weather forecast.
Apparently there's somebody at the front door. Oh, my Amazon's getting delivered. There we go. All right.
Do you want to take a pause so porch pirates don't get it?
No, we don't really have that problem because I have the Ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's and we're on a busy street, and there's a street light literally right in front of my house.
Stop out in front of your house.
No, there's no
without,
stopping.
Like, pissing people off.
Yeah, I've only had one thing stolen ever, and it was the funniest thing for somebody to steal, and I got it back because they clearly realized immediately after they got it that it was the wrong thing to steal because it was before Halloween, and it was an orange tutu, and it got stolen off of my porch. And this is before we had the Ring, and they ripped it out of the package. And when they turned right on the street, like directly after us, so like 3 houses down. They threw it out the side window.
Yeah.
And it was in the yard of my neighbor, and my neighbor was like, this was laying next to this thing. I think it might be yours. And it was like,
You're
oh,
like,
it's
fuck it. This has no value.
yeah. I was like, bright orange tutu, and I was like, yep, okay, yeah,
that's the kind
fine.
of shit I order. It has no value except for to somebody. So anyway, back to the podcast thing. There's a radio show called Bob and Tom. It's nationally syndicated. Years and years ago, probably back in 2010 or 2011. 2012, someplace in the 20-aughts early. Nope, not 20-aughts, 2010s early.
What does aughts mean?
The zeros.
Oh, okay.
2000 to 2009. It's not something we invented. It's what also happened in the 1900s, between 1900 and 1909.
It was the aughts.
The aughts.
Okay.
So
it just sounds like something different than it is.
yacht.
I don't know. Like,
You ought to know.
It does sound
It's
something.
because we're Alanis Morissette age.
It sounds fancier, you know? Like it should be something like fancy that happened.
No, even fucking
it's
yacht
just-
rock is not fancy.
Okay.
So Chick McGee and his fiance at the time had a podcast called Off, was something else, and then it became Off the Air. And they had some of they're kind of what made me want to do this, because they talked about their lives and what was happening. Of course, they have like this national show to kind of talk about off air.
Yeah.
But then they have all these fucking famous friends. So do you remember the psychologist that was on Nick at Night, Will Miller?
Every time you ask me if I remember something, I'm like, I need to
sorry.
prep myself because I'm probably not going to remember it. But no, I don't.
But
But continue. I should.
He did like the psychiatry of Gilligan and other stuff. He was really funny, but he was an actual psychologist, whichever one can prescribe medications. Psychiatrist. I should know that because one of those prescribes a lot of medications for me. We could talk about that too. Ritalin has changed my life. You have a package delivered.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody heard that.
That was my echo.
Boom, boom. So Tim Wilson was on it several times, and he is the sweetest man. Was the sweetest man. He wrote a book, which I cannot fucking get a copy of because it cost hundreds of dollars to get, because it's never went into a second printing.
Oh,
And it was called Happy New Year, Ted Bundy. And it was his theory about the fact that Ted Bundy had actually committed murders in Columbus, Georgia, where Tim grew up.
Columbus, Georgia. Yeah.
Columbus, Georgia. But he was, there are a few celebrities, and this will take us somewhere. There are a few celebrities that have passed away that made me like as upset as if somebody close to me had passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, because I transfer grief to other people because I don't really grieve the people that have left my life. Well,
All right. Well, I mean, I understand that, but also we need to work on that as human beings.
yeah, that's true. When my dad passed away, I didn't cry. But there were commercials that would make me cry, and I could not make it through This Is Us because dead dad shit. So,
I get that.
but you know what? Before my dad had actually passed away, Jack Lemmon passed away. Made me very sad. Made me cry. Jack Lemmon is an actor from like the 50s.
Oh, what was he in? The Odd
Some
Couple?
Like It Hot. And The Odd Couple. Yes. The Odd Couple movie.
Some Like It Hot, also fabulous movie, but The Odd Couple they did a series, I think.
No shit. Your grandparents like drag
Yeah.
before it got villainized. No, he was in the movie and the stage play, The Odd Couple. He wasn't. Felix Unger was played by somebody else when it went into a TV show.
Okay.
I forget what that guy's name is. I should know. Anyway, so Tim Wilson was also one of those people that I was like, this is break. You feel like you know them because you hear them every week. You hear them.
Yeah, it's like having think about like the radio show that you listen to every day on your way to work.
Mm-hmm.
And that person, like you have their voice in your head all the time, and then them leaving and not. Oh, that was a reverberating sound.
Did you hit your spring?
I hit the spring and it just like boom.
Yours makes it.
Yeah.
Mine are not melodic like that was.
Well, yours was a little bit deeper tone because they're stretched out more.
We should learn how to play
Fun
the
with
springs.
mic stands.
Oh, by the way, we're back in our studio, which is fantastic. That's why you don't hear drunk people in the background.
She says fantastic sarcastically because it's a hot mess.
Actually, I get to sit in a comfortable chair, not a bar stool.
That's true.
Let's go to this later, but we did not finish our passports. My beloved husband was like, I will drive you guys around all year and you guys can record night after night. And I'm like, we can't afford to do that. Also, there are not enough nights left. So next year, we'll start the passport before the summertime.
Yeah, we'll start in the early or aughts.
Fucking starts in January. No, just January.
So we're going to start our passports in January next year so that by the end of December, we might have a chance of finishing them.
We didn't even do a good job.
We got like half.
No, we did not.
Didn't?
No, we didn't get
damn.
14. We got like 369.
Okay.
369. Damn, she fine. Time get low.
Get low.
Get low. Get low. Oh. As long as we don't have to pay for that, I don't care.
No.
I feel like if you don't play the actual song,
No, if
you
you're
don't
just
know
singing
anybody.
it's fine.
Also,
There's no melody.
sue us. I have no money. Brandy's transferring the what is the thing that we need? You have to transfer that before the end of the year if you want to.
Oh, what do I have to transfer?
The tax thing. The LTD?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's
my
not LTD.
No, not LCD either. LLC. LLC.
Yeah. We'll sell shit under the LLC. By the way, you guys should support us because I'm going to start selling fucked up t-shirts
I mean,
on Etsy.
yeah.
If you want a shirt that says cunt, I'm going to sell that.
I think I'm going to set up a different one.
Okay.
Only because I don't want to fuck up my current one because the bank told me I had really good credit. And I was like, okay.
Set up the other one. It won't make money. Won't make money.
It'll be fine.
Was it like $25 to file?
It's like $100. It's fine.
Okay. If you do that, I'll get a vendor license and
Yeah.
then I feel like we're covered for
Yeah.
shit. That didn't go anywhere.
It's all
Welcome
good.
to ADHD. Ritalin has not helped me
yeah.
with that. Tim Wilson passed away. This actually leads into the fact that like there's been several deaths over the past few weeks or months.
I
that
feel
have
very
been
disconnected.
affected.
I get all of my news from you because I don't like to watch
Yeah,
news.
today I was like, by the way, Andre Brower died.
Yeah, she just dropped that on me and I was like, what? Why? No.
Yeah. I've been made
Oh.
sad because people keep putting together supercuts from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but he's so much more.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was clearly a great actor and he did other things before Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And for those of us, I don't want to say my generation because I like he's been doing things for several years, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine was the thing that I remember most from lately.
Right.
But he did things previously before that were very good standout performances.
Sorry, we're getting text messages about darts.
Are we? Oh, there we are. Yeah.
Nope, that's my husband.
Look.
Another thing.
Mindy, you have a guy looking for you.
My husband. So I need to swing by the liquor store tomorrow. I just drank. I'm not finished with my cup, but tonight is brought to you by Brandi's bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Maybe a second one
I have a nice Nebbiolo.
that you've completed.
I've got about, I don't know, 4 sips left.
All
Sips,
right.
drinks,
Well,
whatever.
You need to pick something that goes with that. I have drank half a fifth of four. I have not. I have poured half a fifth of Four Roses, and I am a while through that.
I had to work at the wine shop earlier, so I started with wine. So I was like, I need to continue with the wine theme, otherwise I'll get sick.
I started with popcorn. So here's where we are. My husband doing good.
Oh,
so
I didn't do
need to
dinner.
swing by? Well, it's going to be real fun later. I have decided because I make decisions for Brandi when it comes to alcohol, that
That's
this
fine.
is going to be a drunker episode than we have had in the past because we need to get back to our roots.
We haven't had hiccups in a while.
We
Not
have
that that's
not.
my goal because I don't like the hiccups, but I will say we have not had hiccups in a while.
I'm excited if there's a third. That does not sound
She's
good.
typing on her phone right now that I totally just copied her and got a phone just like hers. And I'm super excited about it.
I am too. And then they just updated the UI and it kind of fucked up some things for me, but I'm fine. I don't know what font I chose, but I also don't know how to change it. So
You can change your fonts?
yes.
I haven't gotten that far into it.
Also, when you long press an app to move it,
Yeah.
you can long press the app and it starts things shaking, and then you can take a second hand and move the pages as opposed to having to shove that shit across the page.
That's what I've been doing the whole time.
No, you don't have to do that anymore.
Oh.
So it allows it sounds bad. Everything sounds bad that I'm saying. I just told somebody that I hope they can find me a third. But also you can use 2 fingers.
That's fantastic.
Move your apps.
I was excited about the fact that the pen is in the phone now, because before I used to have a case that actually had a pen holder.
Don't drop your fucking phone because your pen will end up someplace that you don't know. Actually, you have to drop it pretty hard for the. I'm surprised I haven't broken my phone.
I mean, it pops out pretty good.
So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna long press.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna long press, and then
Wait, you have to do it when your app
changes the thing,
Okay.
and then
Oh my God, you can change your screen. That's amazing.
and then I can just drop it right there. I don't need that recipe on that screen. I'll change it later. So it's changed my life, but it also changed my font, and it disturbs me because I thrive off of. I have no routines, but I thrive off of the routines and the familiarity that I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I get that.
And sometimes I wonder if I'm autistic and ADHD.
I mean, that might be a thing.
They call it AUDHD.
ADHD?
AUDHD.
I don't think I'm autistic, but we've clearly established the ADHD thing is.
Yeah, tonight we like kind of figured that shit out. So let's go back to people died.
Yeah.
Things have happened.
Andre Braugher.
So Andre Braugher passed away. He was the captain. He was the captain on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but he was also Homicide: Life on the Street. And for me, he was in a movie called Duets, which he did not sing. People keep putting that up there like he sang the shit, but it was some of the most moving parts of the movie. It's a movie about karaoke, but it's still really good. Good luck finding it.
I need to go see this movie though, because after the people you told me that, like Paul Giamatti and like
Paul Giamatti, Huey Lewis, Gwyneth Paltrow, Maria Bello. I'm missing a couple of people.
Right, but I want to go see this movie because it sounds like a started a cast that was clearly one of those like movies that like people just
It's about karaoke,
under the
but
rug.
it's not about karaoke. It's about relationships. But just get into it. It was from the 90s, I think. But he has one of the most moving parts in the entire movie. And to this day, when I see it, tears. He didn't sing, but there's an a cappella version that has to do with what he's telling a friend. He does an a cappella version of "If I Leave Here Tomorrow." What the fuck is that song? Would you still be here with me?
I know
I'm
the song,
as
but I don't know the
free
name.
as a
I'm
bird
horrible with
now.
music. Also, we're not paying for that either.
Freebird.
I'm sorry, that was Freebird?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not the way I sang it, but okay. Judgy.
Dude, okay. I went to a Leonard Skinner concert once and all I heard people yelling was Freebird the entire time.
Freebird! Sweet Home Alabama! I
mean, it was an
hate
excellent
Sweet
concert,
Home Alabama.
but I was also in the yard and we were just drinking
also
the whole
with
time.
only like
so.
3 people from Leonard Skinner from originally, because a lot of them died in a plane crash.
They just keep replacing people.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine was his most recent thing that people would know him from, and he was fucking Captain Holt.
Oh, he was fantastic.
And his last season, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's last season, which broke my heart that Brooklyn Nine-Nine went away, because it took me years to get used to Andy Samberg, because he's one of those people like Ben Stiller that
He's
makes
abrasive.
me anxious.
Yeah.
Because of how his characters are not self-aware.
Yeah.
And it drives me insane.
Yeah. No, it's hard to watch sometimes. But it was always pleasant episodes and they always had like the endings and everything else. Like I felt like it not Full House level
Right.
of like learning at the end, but like there was always like
the
a
last
lesson to
season
be
was
learned.
so cathartic when he was
Yeah.
telling Jake, like, I was told that you were such a great detective and you've grown so much, and I know you see me as a father figure, and I would be happy to have you as a son. I cried
Oh yeah,
through the entire last episode.
I'm sorry if you watch the entire thing of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and you don't cry at the end, then you're just evil human being.
Right? That's like people who don't like The Good Place.
Oh my god,
I've had so many people that are like, I couldn't make it through the first few episodes. And I'm
No.
like, you're an asshole. Just make it through.
I just finished watching it again for like, I don't know, the 5th time or whatever. I just got the last episode. So, every once in a while you have a bad day.
Has your fiance seen it?
He has. And so I had a bad day on Wednesday.
fiance.
I know, right? I get to say my fiance. So I just had a bad day, and it wasn't like anything went wrong, or you just have a bad depressive day or whatever, and you're just like, I'm just not feeling today. So on Wednesday I got home from work, and I literally had all these things to do, did nothing, sat on the couch, and I watched The Good Place, and I had been watching it. So I got to the point where I was at the end, like the last season. I think it's like season 4. They only have 4 seasons. And so I watched probably 6 episodes that were the final season. And he got home and he was like, how you doing? I was like, well, I've cried like 3 times. And I'm just having a really weird day. And, but yeah, no. And he walked in like in the middle of the last episode and we watched the final thing together and I cried again. And I was like, all right, this is how I'm ending my day and I'm going to go to bed because it's beautiful. It's lovely. I feel like there's not a lot of
the best
endings.
endings.
To
So
a
actually,
series.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine actually had a fantastic ending. If you
Yes.
guys have ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it ended
Yeah.
on a heist.
Yeah.
On their yearly
Yeah.
heist contest, and it was so cathartic.
Oh yeah.
It was it probably was second to The Good Place.
But like, it's rare to have a TV show that you love the ending of,
Right.
Because you're
Like,
sad
I
that
fucking
it's
hated
ending.
the ending of Seinfeld, and I
Yeah.
wasn't like a huge fan of Seinfeld. I hated the ending of Game
Right.
of Thrones.
Oh, me too.
It was wrong.
Yeah.
It was totally wrong, frankly, because George R.R. Martin is never going to finish the fucking books. However, I feel like Tyrion, my favorite, I feel like Tyrion was actually the prince that was promised or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it was. They got it so wrong.
Yeah.
Also, Tyrion was mainly because Tyrion, in my opinion, was the illegitimate son of the Mad King,
Yeah, I agree.
because the Mad King raped his mother and the fucking Lannister. I want to say Lancaster. That's fucking Pennsylvania. The Lannister, that guy, the dad, hated him with a passion. So anyway, I hated that. There are so many series that like haven't ended well. MASH. As an adult, MASH ended fantastically. You probably haven't seen that.
Oh no, I watched the entire series of MASH.
And I hated MASH as a child, but when I saw it as an adult, I'm like, this is fucking some...
Oh, I love me some MASH.
Yeah.
I will watch MASH all day, every day. I love it so
How
much.
many were you heartbroken when you figured out that Hawkeye was in a mental hospital?
Oh my god, yes, because he was like such the epitome of like the guy who like diffused the tension with the humor
but he
and
was
everything
also
else.
the most human person,
He
so it
was.
makes sense that it
affected
affected him more than anybody else. And
like-
him kissing hot pants.
Oh
Hot
my
pants,
god,
hot
yes.
lips.
Hot lips.
Pants, hot lips. Houlihan. Ugh.
Hot lips Houlihan, man.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, no, I loved MASH. But yeah, I feel like Good Place, one of my top shows for the entire series.
And the characters grew.
Oh yeah.
So that's like a big thing to me. So like I have not have we talked about this? I have not watched season 15, which is the last season of Supernatural.
Oh.
Which actually they're talking about coming back.
So I've only watched the first couple of seasons of Supernatural.
Okay, you have to get at least through season 4 and then you'll enjoy it. You actually need the first 4 seasons of exposition.
I enjoy it.
That's a big ass
It's
word.
just one of those things that I have an affliction towards like scary things because then I can't sleep. So sometimes Supernatural is a little too scary for me.
All right, well watch it during broad daylight.
Yep, I have to.
because it actually gets better.
Yeah.
When I talk to people, I'm like, you have to make it to the third or fourth season before it quits taking itself so seriously.
Yeah.
But also you need all of that exposition to figure out like emotionally where all these characters got their fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Because Sam and Dean actually, they have a lot of reasons to dislike each other and distrust each other, but also rely on each other.
Absolutely. Well, that's a sibling relationship. I feel like anybody who has a sibling, like, can relate to what they're going through.
Yes, I'm so happy that your sister and your mother don't listen to this because, like, Jesus Christ, you guys are trauma bonded.
Yeah.
Not only are you siblings, you're trauma bonded.
Yeah, a little bit.
Are you friends with your sister?
I want to say yes, but like we don't have a lot in common.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I feel like we're bonded because we're sisters, but like we don't have a ton in common. But like when I need my sister, she's very much so there and aware and like all in. And like with the wedding planning and stuff, and she's very much so been like, don't let anybody tell you what you don't want to do. If you want to do this, that's what we're doing. So she's been very supportive and very like behind everything. So she's fantastic sister.
I feel like she's going to be a great buffer to parental units in your wedding.
Yeah. No.
And then apparently I'm going to be a buffer between her and you.
So I feel like there's going to
Or am
need
I just the buffer?
there's going to need to be morally a buffer between her and the parental units, less so than me between her or me between the parental units, because like I'm the chameleon in the family, so I get along with everybody because that's just my job.
Oh, so you are okay. So when they talk about this shit in psychology on like TikTok and shit, people would call you like empathetic because they're like, you can read the room. No, you had to read the room because you had to read everybody's fucking trauma and drama and
so I get everybody.
You made it better.
It's and that's kind of what it is.
You were like, I'm funny, or I'm the diplomat,
or I'm the psychologist, or I'm the whatever it needs to be. That's okay.
I'm super glad I didn't have that many people in my family. I'm still that, but not because of my parents, just because of our family in general.
Yeah.
I'm not close to my family because of the stress they caused in our family.
Yeah.
That had to make me aware.
I feel like it's going to be she's totally on my side and my mom's totally on my side. Everybody's on my side. The problem is that sometimes the sides don't get along. So I feel like there's going to need to be more of a buffer between her and my mom than there really is between anything else.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Which honestly, I feel like is not going to fall on you or one of the other bridesmaids, because I have a bridesmaid who grew up with me.
That's good because I have to take care of something else.
Yeah.
In the dynamic of the wedding, I have something else to take care of that I know I have to take care of.
Yeah. So I feel like I can assign one of my bridesmaids who has grown up with me to be like, hey, I need you to be this buffer, and she'll totally understand and be like, I'm in, and this is it. And that's, So, so it's a thing, but you know.
Okay, apparently I'm just going to show up tomorrow and we'll figure out who wants to have me because other people have too high of a...
And she's talking about a dart tournament that people are trying to organize.
Sorry, we didn't say that out loud. There's a dart tournament for a benefit tomorrow and I'm like all down for it because darts are literally my life right now. It's just a really good distraction from the shitty shit that's happening. Anyway, so Andre Braugher passed away, and I hate to relay this other news to you live while we're doing this.
Oh God, who else died?
Bones' dad died. Ryan O'Neal passed away.
Oh.
I mean, which he was older. So Andre Braugher is 61. I'm 51. Andre Braugher's 10 years older than me. There was a Far Side cartoon at some point that showed a person reading a newspaper of obituaries, and it just said, same age as you, older than you, younger than you.
And
I'm there.
I have a different reaction to his passing away because while he was Bones' father, and I definitely enjoyed him in that role, there's still a questionable past there.
Well, okay, so
with
genetically,
what was her name? Natalie
Farrah Fawcett.
No,
nope, not Natalie Wood. It wasn't Natalie Wood.
The one that fell over the boat.
No, that was Robert Wagner.
Oh, wrong guy.
No, you're talking about so Rob Lowe played a young Robert Wagner in the
No, but
Austin Powers movies.
Robert Wagner played somebody's dad in one of these like TV shows that I used to watch all the time.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
No, so Ryan O'Neal, his children both have addiction problems. So there's Tatum O'Neal,
Yes.
which my introduction to Ryan O'Neal and Tatum O'Neal was Paper Moon, where they're a family of con men. Like he's teaching his daughter how to be a con person, which actually wasn't far from his character in Bones.
Yeah,
because
he was a con man.
So, but his son was also an addict, which is, it's a genetic thing.
Yeah.
It's a disease. She's fine from it. He came out of it. He was married to Farrah Fawcett. Just a lot of fucking shit. But he's one of those childhood people that just existed in my childhood, your childhood from a different era. So Bones' dad, Norman Lear, passed away. So threes, when we're talking about threes, Norman Lear.
All right. Norman Lee, I do not know of.
Norman Lear produced and I think wrote All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Good Times, Archie Bunker's Place, All in the Family. There's B. Arthur, Maude. So he... Norman Lear was like, I think 98 years old. Fucking, here's the thing. Norman Lear just passed away. What's his name? Blazing Saddles. Mel Brooks, I think is still alive.
I think so.
So these are men that were progressive. So they are, I don't want to go into the politics of it. So we're not going to go into it, but let's just talk about, they were Jewish writers at a time where
that was not really accepted.
Yeah, but like everybody was like the funniest people are Jews. But the shows that he wrote were progressive. I love when people who I know in my friends list because they're family or whatever, I just can't like chuck them off of Facebook. They always are like, remember when Archie Bunker, like a meme will come up about Archie Bunker and they're like, remember when TV was good? And I'm like, you fucking didn't get the point. Also, you like that cream soda?
That is delicious.
It's fucking great. They have Bomb Pop and Peach Ring now.
That is so good.
Sorry, we're talking about Astra.
She just gave me an Astra Red cream soda.
A seltzer.
It is so good.
So Good Times and the Jeffersons and All in the Family and Maude were way progressive past their points. Maude happened before Roe versus Wade.
Okay.
I think. Maude had an abortion.
Oh.
They talked about it on air. Keep in mind that just like 5 or 10 years earlier, Lucy and Desi Arnaz didn't sleep in beds together. They slept in twin beds on TV.
Yeah.
So Lucy's pregnancy was like a big deal in the 50s and 60s, I think it was. I don't know. Don't fucking quote me on eras. But Maude had an abortion. And it was part of the storyline. My family, who's like, remember when Archie Bunker was such a good thing? I'm like, Archie Bunker was the butt of the joke. He was a racist. He was homophobic.
Yep.
He was sexist. Norman Lear wrote all of this shit. Now, Archie Bunker was based off of a British show, as is most great American sitcoms.
Yep.
However, it was unusual to have in the 70s. Something like that. The 70s were Happy Days, The Brady Bunch, Gilligan's Island. And then you had All in the Family, where the son-in-law and the daughter were like hippies or whatever. The most human that Archie ever got in some of those was when Edith, his wife, got breast cancer and passed away. Or Sammy Davis Jr. was a part of it. Sammy Davis Jr. was a part of it. And my mom's dad, we talked about this before. All of my grandparents were like incredible bigots. My maternal grandfather thought that Sammy Davis Jr. was one of the greatest performers ever, except he was black.
Right.
But he also thought that like blacks needed to exist in sports or entertainment. Other than that,
And that
what the
was
fuck
it.
do you need them for?
Yeah.
Which and Jews. I don't say Jew in a bad thing. My husband's Jewish. It's just where my grandfather came from.
Yeah.
My favorite thing in the world was to like sidle up to my grandfather and be like, Jesus was Jewish. Pissed him off to no end. But he couldn't say anything because I was his favorite kid. So Norman Lear was out there creating content way beyond the scope of what was happening in the 70s. Mel Brooks was too. Blazing Saddles is a commentary about racism.
Oh, yeah.
So he was very accepting of, he made a point that anti-Semitism happened, homophobia happened, misogyny was a thing, racism was a thing. Now, he also wrote a couple of episodes about transgenderism because he had a character in, I forget which one of them. I think it was Archie. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on it. And I might be misremembering, but he had a character that was a football player. Somebody grew up with, it was a football player that transgendered to a woman and didn't tell the person until they were like, hey, do you remember who I am? And I'm just the same person, just more authentic. So losing Norman Lear and going where we're going.
Yeah.
As a country, kind of scary that we're just like fucking cycling
Yeah.
over and over again. So Norman Lear,
I feel like, okay, you brought up Archie Bunker. So to me, like a lot of people watch Archie Bunker now and they're like, oh, like that's really racist and we can't watch that. Like it's really outdated. But they don't realize that he was written as the joke.
right?
Like they don't realize that he was the humor in it because it was like, no, you're not supposed to be like that. Like that's the joke in the whole thing.
Which is where the Jeffersons jumped off from,
Yeah.
is because he didn't think that his character didn't think that like black people could be successful.
Yeah.
And so he had this preconceived notion. And by the way, Sammy Davis Jr. played himself and he kissed Archie Bunker, which is fantastic. I don't remember how it goes, but for some reason I remember like he was going to kiss Archie on the cheek and Archie turned his head and he like fucking kissed Archie on the lips. And it was fucking fantastic. But the Jeffersons were one of the first successful black families on TV.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry Cosby ruined everything about what he built. But yeah, they were the first interracial couple happened on the Jeffersons. As far as I remember, the first interracial couple was on Lionel's parents.
Yeah.
Was on the Jeffersons. So it's really sad that somebody 98 years old was way more progressive than some people my age.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, TV is such a transformative and generational thing. It's like no matter what you're watching or whatever else, I feel like there's people behind the shows that are trying to teach lessons and things, and they just don't.
Yeah.
They don't translate sometimes.
Just doesn't happen. Just a couple of other things. Sandra Day O'Connor passed away.
Aw.
First female justice, I think.
Sandra Day, no, was the caller.
No, I think I think she superseded Ruth Bader.
Did she?
Wait, we're going to Google it. Who was the first Supreme Court justice female? Sandra Day O'Connor.
Oh.
Now, she had some shitty attitudes about some shit. So,
Yeah.
But yay for her. All right. So this time last year,
Yeah.
we had just finished All Stars.
Yes. And we sort of just finished All Stars. A couple weeks ago. We had a lovely dart tournament. This time I went for the whole weekend.
My bad.
Mindy's chewing on some ice. So last year I was on the team. Mindy was an alternate. This year Mindy was on the team. I was an alternate. So they have like a dart tournament on Friday and Saturday that's just open. You can join whatever. And then on Sunday they have our all-star tournament where we all play.
Yeah.
I feel like
God damn.
Sorry.
You have worked all day. I have slept most of the day.
I did work all day and then I started drinking. So
Wait, I haven't slept all day because I'm lazy. I slept all day because we went to bed at 8:30 last night and all 3 dogs slept in bed with us all night. Which just led to like asses on face and chest and like being French kissed in the middle of the night, but not by my husband.
yeah, that's rough. So I will say, I think we did better this year, the All-Star tournament. Like, I think like we scored better.
We were second last year.
We were second this year.
Females were second.
Females were second. But last year, I thought the females scored second, and then we were
overall
last.
third this year.
Right, we were overall third this year, but I thought
we were overall last.
We were
last
overall last year. So
Because
this year, I think we did better overall.
Our women are pretty much a cohesive unit. We had a different area of the state that we're in. I think technically they fall between Columbus and Dayton. They could do either or.
Yeah.
But they're with Dayton. Oh my God, if they start having leagues out that way, I don't want to drive there.
No.
Yeah, so I feel like the women.
I mean, the women did well.
Yeah.
We scored second overall.
Yeah.
And then as far as overall, like, okay, so the women got second, and overall with the women's and men's combined, we got third. Last year, the women got second, but overall we got last.
Yeah.
So, and there's only 4 teams because we play against 4 cities. There's 4 cities involved in the tournament.
No, we have 3 females. Oh, yes. We have 4 cities.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 women's teams from,
Well, yeah.
from overall. Everybody has
Yeah.
3 women's teams.
In the women's league, there's 3 teams on each women's league, and we still play against the 4 cities.
Which kind of sucks because we start first.
Yeah.
And the men don't start until after we finish.
But they
the men
finish
play
before us.
6 rounds.
Right.
But they play 7-on-1.
I think they play higher games than us.
They play higher point games. So it's all 0-1. If you guys don't know what 0-1
Yeah.
is, it's that you start at, like, for us, we start at
5-0-1.
7-0-1 for the group game.
The group game, and then 5-0-1 for the
5-0-1
individual.
for the individuals. So that means that you start at 5-0-1 and you have to work your way down and you have to double out. So let's say that you have to have 40 points
Yeah.
and you have to hit a double 20 to go out.
Yeah.
It's harder than you think it is. Go
It
home and
is.
play it.
It is.
So
But yeah, I think we did really well this
we
year.
did really well. I did really well. I was over a 30 in points per dart, and that was out without 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Because people didn't save matches. So next year I'm going to have to be more aware of that. But it's always a good time. We are, I feel like, the most sober fucking team there.
I agree on that.
10:30 in the morning, and Cincinnati was doing shots.
Yeah.
They weren't strong shots. They were like watermelon fucking puckers, or I don't know.
Yeah, still they're all doing shots.
It was shots. And it wasn't the first round of shots. They did the first round of shots before we threw. And like the second or third round of shots was like before we threw.
Yeah. It was intense.
I was nauseous as fuck because I have something happening that I don't know what it is. So I was just sick.
And there
as
were
fuck.
some teams that took forever to finish because we were constantly waiting on other teams to finish. Like they were bolting up the dartboards and everything from the men's team, and like the women were still going at 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
Which I swear to God, last year we were done at like 5:30.
It was like 6:30. But
Okay.
like, I mean, we could go back and look at recordings and we know exactly what time we started, but it was rough.
Yeah, it was a long day.
So Brandi was a regular team member last year. This is my first year as a regular team member, and it was a long goddamn day.
Yeah, it was a long day.
We play 9 rounds, which means that you play 18 games
Yeah.
per person.
Which, I mean, on our Monday nights, we play 17 games and we're done in an hour and a half.
Right.
We like you play 18 games on this Sunday and it lasts 9 hours.
Yeah. It was exhausting. And then we get a shorter lunchtime than the men do because, oh no, we didn't. We all had to be back at 1:45. They didn't start until 11. Fuckers.
Well, but that's the thing. I feel like the faster you go, the like quicker, the longer lunchtime you get. But like they were like, oh, these are going real slow, so we need to get back real quick. So like the girls had like a 45-minute lunch.
Yeah.
So
it was rough.
it was a long day.
Different. The men don't necessarily. So the men are playing, they don't pay attention to our first game. Some of them show up after their game, which I think we're on our 8th round by the time they're done.
We did have one dude come over and chalk the first game.
Yeah.
First 1 or 2 games before they started playing.
Tim.
But yeah, so it was nice, like, for him to come over and do that. That was fantastic.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good time. It's stressful as fuck. Brandi did like 300 and something photos and videos.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was like in it to win it. And our other subs were, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. They weren't taking pictures. So
like the first 4 rounds, I tried to get everybody a video of them throwing and pictures of them throwing.
Right. Because you don't see yourself throw.
Yeah.
And we all know our flaws. I know when I release a dart that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just know it feels bad. It looks bad. It's everything bad. I didn't see what I was doing wrong in some of the videos that you took. You might have just been at good spots, but she got my highest out on video. And in all honesty, all I want to do when I'm there, when I get it out, and I got outs on several games.
Oh, yeah.
And all I want to do is act like I've been there before. So like you throw that dart in on the inside, you're like, fuck you, I did. And on the outside, you're like, good game.
Yep.
Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
Yeah, I did that. That was me.
I'm fucking fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was happy.
Yeah.
It was the most competitive team.
Yeah.
As far as so your last year was 67.
No, so to qualify on the team last year, I got a 72.
Okay. This year I got a 63.
Yeah.
And I was 9th. I was 9th.
Yeah, I got so
3
this year
women.
I got
Our
a 68.
top 3 women had 51.
Oh yeah.
So that doesn't mean anything to you guys. So what that means is that we play a game called 301. So it's an 0-1 game. You start at 301. You work your way down to a double. You get 30 darts per round. So it's out of 9. Oh, my bad. It's time to wake up. That was from last night. I just went back to sleep. So you get 30 darts. You have to play 3 rounds to qualify. That means my average was 63. Or not my average. My total was 63. Our top 3 women were 51, meaning that out of 3 games of 301, they threw 51 out of 90 darts to get out. I think their low round was 14.
Yeah.
The men play 501, but 100% our top 3 women could have qualified in the top 5 of the men. Top 10.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was a lot more competitive this year. I got a 68. I improved by 4 darts, but I was still an alternate because the last 4 people, we all had 68s, but I didn't have the low round. I had a 19, I think was my lowest round, 19 darts to get out on 301. And that was fine. I was completely happy with that. Being an alternate means you're just there to like support and be there to fill in. And, you know, I took pictures and videos and I was trying to just be as helpful as I could the whole time. And I had a good time. Like I had a genuinely good time the whole time I was there.
I enjoyed being an alternate. I will say that as an alternate, and you were even like, so you were a regular the last time we had a podcast the last time also. You were regular the last time. This is my first time being on the team, meaning that like I had the opportunity to play all 9 rounds. It is still terrifying as a regular.
Oh yeah.
To walk up and be like, all right, now I'm playing a game. So what that means for an alternate is that somebody sits down because they're tired, they're hurt. Our captain doesn't have the best hips and backs. Bitch is 6'2". Love her to pieces, but like she got a lot of room to be sore.
Yeah. She sat down a couple of games, so I had to fill in, which was fine.
Was great. I think last year I did 4 rounds because she did not feel well at all.
Yeah.
it's nerve-wracking.
It is. When you haven't played all day and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you're in. It's like,
And
okay,
you walk
cool.
into a team that's already vibing.
Yeah.
The best thing was that you already knew everybody.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
It is nice when you've already played with people and whatever else.
And we became way more comfortable with one of our teammates last year. So I don't do well with overstimulation at all. And I'm not sure if drugs help this year. I don't do well with overstimulation. And she was the epitome of overstimulation.
Yeah.
Like I got a headache while we were practicing because I just, people who are amped up disturb me when I am not.
Yeah.
But if I'm amped up, I expect everybody to put up with my shit.
No.
That's just how ADHD works.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
If I fuck shit up, I expect it. I will say that, so 2 months ago, I started Ritalin. We've talked about my mental health shit before. I am bipolar 2. I've been stable for 2 years.
Yay.
Yay. And so I had a meeting with my psychiatrist and I was like, so can we treat my ADHD now? And he was like, do you find it to be problematic? And I'm like, I find it to be debilitating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm procrastinating to the point that like it will fuck up my job opportunities.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, people who are like, I operate well on a deadline, and if you give me 12 hours, I'm fine. That's fine if you give me 12 hours. If you give me 3 months, I will wait until the last 12 hours.
Oh yeah, and then
to
you
do the
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Or I will hyper focus on shit. I love a jigsaw puzzle. I gave Brandi this example today. Nothing gives me more anxiety than having an undone jigsaw puzzle.
Yep.
I can't start it. But once I start it, I can't stop.
Until you finish.
2,000 pieces, 2 days, not a problem.
Yep. Nope. It's done.
I just like it. I've gotten better at it, which is probably not better.
I mean, it
I
is
know
what it
color
is.
sort shit. No, I don't color sort it. Actually, I've learned that when they give you the big picture,
Yeah.
I sort it by sections.
Oh, that's good.
Makes it go faster.
Yeah.
Takes forever to fucking sort it.
I always do the outside pieces versus
I do the
inside
outside pieces, but then as I'm looking for outside pieces, I have, do you know the little dessert plates?
Yeah.
I have those in my jigsaw puzzle kit
Nice.
because I have a jigsaw puzzle kit. And I have those. And as I'm going through the edge pieces, I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, this is that. This
Yep.
is that. This is that. And so I'm just throwing them into trays so that when I get to that point, I do that.
I think that's
It's
excellent.
a thing. So anyway, what has happened outside of darts? We did Hanukkah.
You did Hanukkah.
Actually, we didn't do Hanukkah because shit was happening. So
Wait.
we failed at Hanukkah.
Didn't you go on a vacation?
We've talked since Mexico.
We've talked since Mexico.
I didn't go on a vacation. I delivered my new brother-in-law
Yeah, that's what happened.
to my in-laws.
Yes,
I
the doggy.
fostered an adorable dog. I will put him on Instagram. By the way, we're not going to be on Twitter/X because
No.
my husband owns a Tesla. We found a sticker that fits him well, which is we bought it before we knew he was crazy. That's not true.
I mean,
He was crazy, but my husband wanted a Tesla. I personally found an SUV that I would like. Also, still should not be given an electric vehicle. But we went to St. Louis to deliver what I refer to as my furry brother-in-law.
yes.
He is having a great life. Everything went well. We saw nothing in St. Louis because we just wanted to like work on the transition. My mother-in-law got bronchitis while she was there and felt like shit for 2 weeks, but also had to take care of a puppy.
But now you're down back to 3 dogs.
3 dogs. Super happy.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to foster again, but the answer is no.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Mainly because
You have 3 dogs. I don't think that ruined anything.
that was just ice. And Ice Cube. Okay, my bad. Look, we spilled. It's like episode 1 through 3. So it had an end point. So that was the thing. If you have a foster dog, there is no end point.
No.
You got it till it I don't know, gets adopted or dies.
Yeah.
So we saw nothing in St. Louis, but I've seen things in St. Louis before, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. I went on a cruise.
You did?
I did. I went on a cruise to the Bahamas with my mom.
How'd that go? It was okay. Wait, I was like, Brandi is out there on her cruise with her unlimited drink package, and Brandi was like, "No, this is a healthy cruise."
Yeah, no unlimited drink package. I will say, it was not a healthy cruise. It was a healthy cruise in the fact that we didn't really like to eat any of the food. The food was not great.
Really?
Yeah, it was not up to par.
You normally like.
Yeah, I know. Normally I come back from a
You
cruise and
nail
I'm
it.
like the food is amazing. Nope, the food was not great. I was not impressed. I will say this was the biggest ship I've ever been on. I was impressed by like you could go down to the 4th floor and it was like 3 stories high on the inside of the ship. They had a giant ass Christmas tree that they lit up.
Yeah.
And it looked like you were in your own little shopping mall. The whole length of the ship on the 4th floor.
Did you shop?
Yeah, not really. I mean, we went into the shops and looked at things, but me and Mom discovered that my ears are sideways.
Your ears are so what?
Yeah. So we went into the jewelry store.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, my mom was like, "Oh, let's go in the jewelry store," and she was having me try on all these earrings for my wedding. And every time I put on a pair of earrings, she was like, "Why does that sit funny?" And I'm like,
Brandi's having a wedding.
I'm like, because my ears are funny. So like, I can't wear hoops. They like twist out sideways. And she's like, "Why?"
Do you just have uneven holes in your
I
ears?
do. I have.
You should do
uneven holes.
clip-ons then, and we can just make them work with your shoulder.
So-
I bet your ears aren't crooked. Your shoulders are.
So here's the funny thing. When she realized that they were crooked and everything looked funny, she was like, "Why does that happen?" And I was like, "Because you got my ears pierced when I was 6 months old.
Yeah.
So they grew in weird. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you want me to
I
tell you."
appreciate that of her because when I got my ears pierced, it was in my kitchen.
I'll be honest. I was kind of happy she did it when I was that young because I don't remember it. I don't remember the healing process because the healing process is fucking hard.
If you're a Gen X person, just comment on not Twitter. Find us on Threads, but if it's Twitter, I'll respond. I had my ears pierced in my kitchen, where I also got my Tony perms. A block of ice to freeze my ear.
Oh,
A block of soap behind my ear so that you stop the needle.
yeah.
And a diaper pin.
Yeah.
Till I got my ears pierced.
Yeah. I got my, I think
And they're crooked.
I'm pretty sure she went to Claire's or something when I was 6 months old and got them pierced.
Yeah, mine are they're equidistant from my shoulders as I was at 3.
Yeah.
However, if I show Brandi where the holes are, I don't have enough room for second holes.
Oh, yeah.
I do on one earlobe, not the other.
I went and got second holes at one point because, and this is the bad part about the cruise. So when I graduated high school, my mom gifted me a set of diamond studs. They're not huge. They're not like super expensive, but like so I was terrified of losing these. So I went when I was in college and I went and got my ears double pierced so that I could put the studs in there and I could wear them all the time and never like take them out.
Yeah.
It took 2 times to go do this because of the healing process because I couldn't do it the first time. And so I had to go get them pierced again. But when they pierced them, they had to like do them a little lopsided based on my first holes, which are clearly lopsided. So I was like, all right, whatever. So on the cruise, I lost one of my diamond earrings.
No.
They've lasted, let's see here. How old am I? Okay. So they've lasted 22 years.
Oh.
So after 22 years, I lost one of my diamonds. Yeah.
That's sad.
It was sad, but I also won $500 in the casino
And pay for your drinks.
and paid for all of the drinks and all the things on the cruise. So like, I feel like I broke out even, but then I lost a diamond earring. But
That's true.
The good part about it is that my sister also got the same set of studs when she graduated high school, and she lost one of them years ago and just gave me her other one.
Aw.
Yeah. So I had an extra. So now I still have a full set.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I've still got a full set, even though one is mine and one is hers.
I have never gotten the earrings that I wore. Actually, there's like a healing wound on one of my ears. The earrings that I have worn the most, I had not claddagh, but they're Irish knots.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah.
love knots.
Yeah.
They're love knots. And I had those forever. And the reason that I don't have those anymore is because sensorily,
Yeah.
we're going to call that a word. I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah, it works.
I don't like how they feel when I lay on my sides and they touch my head.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But I love them. I loved them, but they were also sterling.
Yeah.
And so they discolored. I still have them.
Yeah.
I also have wood ones that I love. I have beer mugs and pit bulls. I don't have a pit bull, but I like pit bulls.
I mean, you work for a pit bull rescue, so.
I do. Work is a loose term.
Yeah.
I give a lot of
you
time
volunteer.
and money I don't have.
Yes.
to be
You
them.
volunteer a lot of time.
Oh my God. Okay. So I have to tell you because I got this shit. So here's the thing. When you raise children
Yeah.
that are not your own,
Yeah.
they rely on you for shit. I just got a text message that I can't really pay attention to, but my number 2, my second niece turned 18.
Yeah.
And so her parents were like, you can go see your Nana and your aunt. So now I get access to her.
Yay.
But also now I have text messages from her where she's like, solve my medical shit. And I'm like, oh. Your Aunt Mika has so far to go on that.
I volunteered to not do anything after January 1st.
What?
I've literally cut out all the things.
Oh, you've said to the family and friends and fiance that like I'm done with the things.
Anytime anybody's asked me to do anything after January 1st, I've said no.
Awesome.
So Thursday night darts, I'm in.
Uh-huh.
But like, and then Monday I said I'd be an alternate.
Right.
But that's it. Like that's my commitments for 2024.
Awesome.
Nothing else. I've said, well, Springfest is ramping up.
Will you guys come to the LOTD next Thursday?
What LOTD?
Cats.
I didn't know there was an LOTD next Thursday.
Just came out.
Okay.
Here's the thing about the whole fucking picture.
Which picture?
The darts like group photo.
Okay.
I told my husband was weird. So the men don't necessarily know who we are.
Right.
The men's teams don't fucking care who the women's teams are.
You're right.
In all honesty, I don't care who they are. Anyway, so on when the group photo was happening, first of all, I was following the schedule. Nobody else was.
Oh, no, they did not follow the schedule.
Picture 9:45.
Yep. No.
9:32. I'm getting a fucking message. Why aren't you down here? Number 1, because I'm on the elevator. Number 2, because 9:30 meeting, 9:45 picture.
Yeah, no, there was no meeting.
10:15 opening remarks, 10:30 start throwing shit, 11 for men. Fuck off. So I like tell my husband I have to head downstairs right now. And he was like, why? And I was like, oh, I have to fucking like really head downstairs right now. So I am walking down the corridor, and of the 28 men, 18 of them know who I am.
Yeah.
And all I hear on the way as I rounded the corner was, here she is, she's coming, here she is. And I was like, fuck off, all of you. I just want to go take the fucking picture. I don't want to take the fucking picture.
Yeah.
I look fat as fuck and I kind of don't care.
No, it was one of those things where it was like, as soon as I got down there at 9:30, they were like, all right, girls, sit in the chairs. And I'm like, everybody, like literally Courtney was one of the people, where's Mindy? And I'm like, Mindy's not here. And that's why I text you, get your ass down here. And you were like, I'm on my
Marie's
way.
like, get your ass down here.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. And they were like, oh no, we're taking the picture at 9:30. Okay, cool.
That's not what the schedule said.
Well, and as soon as you replied, I looked at your message and I looked at all of them and I was like, I mean, she's not wrong. It just says 9:45 as the picture.
Assholes. I had half a face on and I'm like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah. I was like, all right, cool. And there was no
And
meeting.
not that a face matters. So first of all, cut this in where you want. A face doesn't matter.
Yeah.
However, I have a certain I don't give a shit if people think I wear too much makeup or too little or whatever. There is a spectrum in which I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Can you see my contour and my blush and my highlight? I don't fucking care. It makes me feel good. My face looked great in your pictures. My ass looked fat. Actually, my ass didn't look fat. My body looked fat. My ass looked flat, which is what my ass is. But I have a point at which I feel great. As long as my face looks fine, I'm fine. It doesn't matter. I left my husband in charge of literally everything. We woke up in the morning. I woke up at 6:45 because I was afraid of missing shit.
Yeah.
Mainly because at 1:00 in the morning, I dumped my evening pills into my face. And as I swallowed them, I looked at my husband with giant eyes and went, I just took my sleeping pill.
Yeah.
I have 5.5 hours to be awake. 6 at the most.
Yeah.
So I woke up every 15 minutes until 6:45, got up, took a shower, did my thing. We went down, got breakfast, came back up, put my face on, started getting fucking hate mail via text, and run downstairs, go back up, and I'm like, I have no time to pack shit. Here's my thing.
Yep.
I did my thing, just put everything in the suitcase. I don't care. My husband and I are sensitive about some shit because we ran into bed bugs in St. Louis. And so now we just live out of plastic bags.
I mean, that's fair.
Vacuum packed bags. We didn't bring any home. God bless my in-laws. They were like, we're talking to our attorney before we accept shit from them. Because they offered us one night. I'm like, we've been here for 2 nights with apparently bed bugs. Mm-hmm. You should care about that. I don't care. So, yeah, running downstairs kind of fucking sucked. And the place where we played darts for this tournament, the elevator is 9,000 feet away from the ballroom.
Oh my God, it takes so long.
It's just, yeah, you walk, you turn a corner, you turn a corner, you turn a corner.
It's forever
outside
away.
of that, the two of us got the M Club upgrade.
Yeah. Which was fantastic.
It's worth it. If you're going to stay at Marriott and you're not an M Club kind of level person, do it.
My God. Like, honestly,
just walk in, you get sodas, you get water, you get whatever you want.
The amount of bottles of water that I drank from that place was worth the M Club.
And they didn't cancel our room keys
At all. No.
When we left at 7:30, our room keys still worked.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't check out until he texted me at 5 till noon, and I was like, all right, I'm checking out on my phone.
No, we still kept using our room cards.
Oh, yeah, he did too.
They
all
went
day.
and got lunch or snacks or whatever.
Sat in the M Club.
We kept running in, getting water and shit, which was better than paying for it. The hotel wants to make money. However, $5 Bud Lights are not up my alley. And then 20 minutes into the tournament, they're like, $2 Bud Lights.
Yeah. Oh no, it was Coors Light was on sale for $2.
Yeah.
So I drank Coors Light because I was like, yep, no, I'll take
Not
that.
Budweiser. We will take whatever we can
Yeah,
get.
I'll take all the
We
cheap
are
things.
7% beer ladies drinking 4% beer, which means we can drink twice the beer of most people.
Yep.
Even
that's
though
true.
your fiance is like, there's no such thing as a tolerance. And I was like, fuck off, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it was a good day.
My husband couldn't drink because if I drink and then he can't
Because
drink.
he has to drive home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if the Tesla does a lot of the work. We will still get pulled over.
Yep. You got to get.
Oh my God. So Hanukkah happened. We missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Honey and I it was too busy. Also, he may or may not listen to this. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Also, there's a whole box of our Hanukkah shit that sits, it's one shelf. Not one shelf. It's one tub. I make Hanukkah as garish as Christmas because we don't Christmas.
Yeah.
We Christmas dinner with my mom, but we don't Christmas personally.
Yeah.
for all intents and purposes, we are Jewish, and I don't want to get into that, and I don't want to get into what the shit's happening now.
Right.
But functionally, we are Jewish in the household. So we missed all of that shit.
No.
Not my fault. Doesn't matter. We would have been gone for 3 nights anyway.
Yeah.
Surprise, you can't carry around a menorah with like a bunch of candles and light them off in your room.
No. I mean, that's fair.
It would be bad. I did a charity event right before we left. I wore my little Hanukkah shirt, and so many people told me all the shit they knew about Hanukkah, including that somebody had seen a shirt that I should get that was like half a menorah with a red candle in the middle, and then like a Christmas tree with a red ribbon that wrapped around the candle, and that would be so cute, wouldn't it? I'm like, nope.
That's no. I
That's,
feel like people don't understand combining those two things are like.
first of all, the Christmas tree is a very pagan thing.
Yeah.
And second of all, Hanukkah is a very religious thing.
Yeah.
So your Christmas tree is not religious at all. It would be like sticking a fucking menorah in the middle of your nativity scene.
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter because they were all Jewish anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we missed Hanukkah. We don't Christmas, but when I grew up, we did. I have an aversion to knickknacks, pictures on the wall, shelves, anything. I have an aversion to shit that I had to dust as a child. Did you guys have like a lot of shit on your tables and
all
walls?
the time. Yes.
Did you have chores where that was your business to like dust shit?
I mean,
I feel like your mom was like my mom, which is like, you have to dust these things and then I will dust them after you because you did them wrong.
so our chores were more like vacuuming and things. So like I didn't have to dust because I feel like she just didn't trust us to, which is fair.
That's fair. So I don't like dusting. I also don't like decorating a Christmas tree, which is why we don't have one. Honey would be fine with one.
Yeah.
But I don't want to store fucking ornaments and shit. But we have ornaments that are family ornaments. You and I were talking offline, whatever. I don't know, off air. My mom puts up trees, a tree. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, it was a bigger tree, but it was still artificial. We never did. We did a live tree a couple of times. Those are hard to keep alive.
Yeah.
And my mom is averse to shedding trees.
Yeah.
So we had like the plastic tree that melted in our attic.
No.
But you still put it up. But my mom would put the tree up and then she would be like, you need to decorate it. And then she would be like, you decorated it wrong.
No.
There were ornaments in the wrong place.
No.
And lights that didn't fucking...
Our tree was just, I remember having a real tree and I still like having a real tree. And I might spend too much money on it. I need to buy just an artificial tree one of these years.
You don't want to go just cut down your own tree?
Oh, we've done that in the past, but since COVID, now it's a whole ordeal because you have to make appointments to go cut down your tree.
It's very unromantic.
Yeah.
You should buy them from the Boy Scouts.
So now we just go to Menards or Lowe's and like go buy a real tree and put them up because having to make an appointment to go do it is kind of like, our schedules are so funky. It's like trying to get a schedule is just ridiculous. So we just go buy a tree at Lowe's or something, and then we cut off a bit and then we put it up, and so now we have a real tree, which has been up for a week and a half and has no decorations on it because I haven't had time. So that's how our Christmas goes at this point. And hopefully, eventually, it will have all the decorations this weekend because we've got a week until Christmas.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. I don't have to worry about that. I have to worry about like whatever we're doing for Christmas dinner. Actually, I have more to worry about on Tuesday with Euchre that I have to go to the Family Dollar and buy cheap sweatshirt or something.
Oh yeah.
So I can make, but I have a design. That was a snap of my bra.
Yeah.
I have a design in mind.
Yeah.
Which involves Dollar Tree.
Nice.
And I think I'm going to make snow globes with hot glue.
I like it.
And then put a scene inside the snow globe and then force my husband to wear it.
Seems like a lot of work.
I have a lot of time.
Yeah, that's true.
All
right. I feel like
Employment has evaded me.
all right, so I'm gonna put in a thing of me recorded from like, I don't know, a year ago, of me telling you where you can find us on all the social media things, because I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to match this audio, so you're just going to have to bear with that.
Mhm.
But you're going to be able to find us on all the things.
Mhm.
And the Twitter thing, just replace that with X. But also, we don't like Twitter anymore, so because it's X. And nobody likes
so
X.
I have a Twitter issue, which is, and I posted that we're gonna move to Threads,
Yeah.
and I will try and do more with Instagram and Facebook. My biggest thing is that we are going to so
No.
in the new year.
Mhm.
Probably not before 2024. Actually, this will probably be our last recording for 2023 because we have shit to do. We are going to try and move to a video audio.
Yep.
So we're going to try and do YouTube. That's the
Yeah.
word for it. We're trying to do YouTube.
So
and
we're
then,
currently on
promote it.
YouTube. But our YouTube videos will not be just the audio. We're going to try and do video with our audio.
And we have talked about it. I have talked about it with some other content creators. Why does my mic keep dropping like a limp dick? We have talked about it with other content creators, or at least I have when I've been on with John. You can't really continue to survive without the video content. In all honesty, watching us get drunk, have at it. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Brandi is secure in her position.
Yeah.
I am anonymous. Anonymous. Yay. I'm anonymous in mine, in that I don't use my married name anywhere.
Yeah.
Even if you find me, I don't fucking care. If you're a business that wouldn't hire me because of my fucking political views, I probably don't want to fucking work for you.
That's true.
So we will convert our YouTube, and therefore, no, YouTube's the only place you can watch us. You can't like fucking watch us
Yeah.
on Spotify.
No,
we are
that's-
going to convert to an audio visual platform.
Yep.
We'll figure it out. Bear with us. It will
It
probably
might be a little rough in the beginning. Just give me a minute.
yeah. You're gonna figure out how. Oh no, we just did a picture when we were at the wine festival.
Yeah, we did.
That's what we look like.
Yeah.
Just though we were drunk then.
That's what we look like drunk. That's
we
pretty
look
much
more
what we're gonna look
tired
like all the time.
other than those times. But we just want to move along with things, and I feel like there's 10 of us that listen to the show.
Yeah.
And I would
You'll
like
get
to
to
grow
watch
up
us.
more. And in all honesty, this is just an artistic outlet for the both of us.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if more of us
Mm-hmm.
watched the thing and that you drank with us.
Yeah.
And then if you go to the Linktree thing, you can donate to the thing where you drink to us.
Yeah.
With us.
And you can buy us drinks.
You can buy us drinks. Also, at some point, we will be putting out designs on Etsy that are not necessarily Drunk Bitches Be Like centric. We're going to be there in the byline of the shirt. However, I have so many fucking ideas. Most of them center around the word cunt, but I will clean that up. Actually, there will just be a couple of shirts that say cunt.
I'll try and
In a
put
way.
in some input, and we'll expand.
Yeah. So Printify can do some shit that we're going to do instead of me. Otherwise, we'll just put it on our spot, spring store that never went anywhere. But we're going to take that shit.
Yeah.
And we're going to love the fuck out of you guys live. No, that sounds dirty.
Well, you'll see us.
You'll see
You'll
us.
get to see us
Live.
next year. Next year, you're going to get to see our faces.
Can't see our faces. We're drunk.
And you'll know that we're not lying when we're drunk.
Yay! My
Yeah.
husband hates me so much at night. I'm going to go home and play darts or Vindication or...
I'm so gonna go to bed.
Yeah, you are.
Oh my god, it's only 9 o'clock. I'm totally gonna be in bed by like 9:30.
We've been recording for an hour and a half.
Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna go
People
to bed.
died. We talked about this shit.
Oh.
I can't talk about some shit. Just know that, like, I have to say this because we have 10 listeners, so it doesn't matter. I support a people, not a Zionist society who is doing what they're doing. My husband and his family do not support what's happening. People know we're Jewish, so we're. I haven't converted because I don't believe in like the whole thing.
Yeah.
However, I certainly don't believe in what's happening at this point in time. So that's all I have to say about that. When we come back in January, we'll talk about more people who died that we adored because it's the last 2 weeks.
It's inevitable.
Matthew Perry's cause of death was just released by any like
What was
couple of
it?
weeks. Ketamine overdose.
Oh.
And coronary disease and a couple of other fucking things. However,
So he took too many drugs and then drowned in his hot tub?
just ketamine.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad.
Yeah.
My
Matthew Perry.
nieces think that like Friends is problematic.
No.
And it is.
I mean,
However, it's problematic in today's context.
Yeah.
And they don't get it. And I understand. It's like the people who are like, it's cold outside. I got to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah,
It
sounds rapey today, but
it does.
in
but
the
back
50s.
then it was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Also, Rev and Geek, Cliff. We got whammed last week at trivia. And if you don't know what whammed is, we heard the Wham fucking song. What's the Wham Christmas song?
I don't remember.
And we heard the Wham Christmas song. We got whammed. We're out.
Is it Last Christmas?
Yeah.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you tore it apart.
Yeah, we got whammed.
Oh.
But we won the last round of trivia, which was apparently the hardest round of trivia.
Oh.
None of us know who the fuck Dvorsky is. Dvorsky?
No clue.
No clue. Anyway, so to join us for less informative shit, you should find us at
On Instagram and Twitter, you can find us at DBBL_podcast or Facebook and YouTube at DBBL Podcast or website dblpodcast.com or dbblpodcast@gmail.com.
So thank you for joining us, and we will talk to you next year.
Cheers!